Now, it's something that dawned on me when you started talking about schools and things like that, because this completely surprised me as a farming concept. Are your kids in any of these schools?
No.
So how weird was that going to the school? Do hey, this is who I am. I want
Yeah.
to invade your space as much as
Yeah.
possible. I'm not a creeper. But
Yeah.
so how did that dynamic work? Because obviously you had to talk to somebody with power at the school, right? Or was it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
PTO?
No, I mean, I approach the principal every time I go
Yeah,
to these schools. I approach the principal first, right?
yeah,
They're the captain of the ship. So, it, and I don't do my son's schools because it's a feel good factor for me to farm
sure.
the schools
Title
that
ones, yeah, yeah.
the title
Okay.
ones, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I could farm
yeah,
my son's school, right?
yeah,
And I have done a few events at their schools, right?
yeah.
I've done, but I just, me spending like, I sponsored an event at my son's school. It was like $300, right?
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, right? First of all, that's a lot, right? But then I'm like, that $300 could go a lot further in
Yeah,
that school,
yeah,
right? And I think in those communities, having the school be like the epicenter of community events
yeah.
and them wanting to go to these kids wanting to go to school is important
Mhm.
to me just because I'm an educator. It's important to me, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
If I don't get a deal out of this year,
Mhm.
I would still feel good.
Well, yeah, because 'cause you're helping the school.
I'm helping the school, right? I know it's going to happen,
Yeah.
but I would still feel good about it. If that
It's a
makes sense.
marathon. Yeah, it's a marathon, it's not a 5K.
Oh, it's absolutely, you have to be. I mean, if you're
Right,
going to do this, you have to commit to it, right? And
right.
that's why I think that if you are going to commit to a community, have it be a community that you really believe in. That's the first thing because then you don't feel bad about going to these events. You don't feel bad about donating some money, right? You feel
Right.
like you're actually moving that cause and it's something that you actually is in line with your values,
Mm,
right? And at the very end, worst case scenario, you don't do a deal that year, but at least you helped out that community.
right. Absolutely.
Like for me to like go to, I don't know, like, the weaving basket community and, you know, I have nothing in common with them. I have no passion for that, right? And for me to, if I'm gonna get bitter if I don't get a deal out of it, right? If nothing happens.
Yeah, I get that. Victoria's responding to me,
Yeah.
you know? So, with this the farming of schools and whatnot, when you've done it for 4 years now, so you've followed some students to the junior high level, right?
Mhm.
Now when you're doing events at the junior high level, do you get those that were in that elementary school recognizing you like, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
that's good."
Absolutely. It's yeah. I mean, I see and it's also cool to see like some of these kids, you see them grow up. You see them grow up and you see them. One thing that I have noticed, and you might be thinking like, why am I not farming high schools, right? Like, well, why
Well,
don't
you're
I
not
just
there yet. You gotta wait for the junior high kids to
right?
age out. I figured that's where you're going,
Yeah,
right? If you started elementary and now you're in junior
yeah,
high, then within 2 or 3 years, you're gonna
yeah,
go to the high
yeah.
school.
And that is part of the plan, to begin with the high school, right?
Yeah.
But what I've also noticed is that my success from elementary and the middle school, if I compare them to two, right? Parents don't come to a lot of middle school events as much as
That's
they do elementary school events, right? Because their kids are little,
yeah.
they want them to be involved.
Oh, that's I didn't think about that. Yeah.
And so when I do a lot of the middle school events, it's usually for like awards, that they're gonna give out, right?
Mm,
Or like the movie night, right?
yeah.
It's just a very different dynamic because a lot of the kids don't want their parents coming to their school anymore, right?
Yeah, yeah, they're embarrassed
Kind
their
of
parents now.
they're
Well,
embarrassed.
that's that but see, if you go when you go to the high school, if you go to the PTO side of it,
Yeah.
then you can do what I was doing at Basha High School, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? Because then you're still because part of being the PTO with Basha High School, then I had to do what was it? I would do Friday night JV games in the
Yeah.
concession stands. And then the varsity games, I would be there as a viewer, not a part, not somebody helping out.
Yeah.
Where you know what I mean? But that
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
got me in front of all the PTO parents. There's probably about 20 of us,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So constantly just boom. And I got a couple deals from them out of it.
Yeah.
And then as a viewer, then I'm just in the stands, but people recognize me from the banner and stuff, right? So then that's that dynamic of brand recognition, face recognition,
Right.
because you're present, then they're going to be. So when you're doing, you got the QR code, which captures all their information.